We're already dealing with a chill out there today. We do have a little sunshine peeking through, but overall, it's a change compared to yesterday's 40s. We're at 35 degrees right now in Omaha, 37 in Council Bluffs, and 34 currently in Fremont. You factor in a little breeze, just adding that additional chill to the air. We'll continue the cool down through the night. We're dipping down into the upper 20s by 9 p.m., and we have some even chillier air settling in for the Thanksgiving holiday. A high of 35 expected around the metro. We're spending a good portion of the day in the 20s. So if you're heading out in the morning, 9 a.m., maybe getting in a turkey trot before the big meal, we're going to be sitting in the 20s, 23 degrees at 9 a.m., dipping back down to the 20s by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. And it just gets colder from here. A first alert to a dip into the 20s by the time we hit the weekend. Saturday, not only the coldest snow potential that we see over the weekend, the cold though likely going to be the largest impact that you feel for the next several days. The chill continues to settle in through Thanksgiving, and by the weekend, a first alert to high temperatures that fall into the 20s. Very cold on Saturday. This is going to be our coldest air of the season so far. As we move into the start of next week, we're still holding on to some of that cold by Monday, but gradually this cold pool continues to move out to the east, and we'll start to warm back up and recover pretty nicely by the end of the 10-day forecast. So looking forward to a little bit of a thaw. In the meantime, keep the warm layers on hand. If you're heading out early tomorrow morning for your Thanksgiving, we're starting off in the 20s, 23 degrees by about 9 a.m. and it's going to be a slow climb through the 20s and eventually reaching to a high of 35 for the metro. Well, a mix of sunshine and clouds. The clouds do thicken up a little bit more during the afternoon, and that could bring in the potential for a stray flurry during the second half of the day. But as far as impacts to travel, we're not really expecting anything locally or regionally for your Thursday. So very good news there. It'll be a high of 32 around Harlan, 39 in Lincoln, 36 tomorrow afternoon around Fremont, and a high of 37 for Shenandoah. Relatively light winds, but any breeze is going to just add an additional chill to the air. So just keep the warm layers with you. Heading through Thursday, pretty quiet forecast out across the area. Friday also looking very quiet. So if you have travel planned or maybe you're heading out for some Black Friday shopping, shouldn't encounter any issues. But I do want to get you a first alert to our next chance for snow, and that's moving in on Saturday. This is our first chance for accumulating snow of the season, and we have made this a first alert weather day because of that. We're tracking a relatively narrow band of snow where we could see totals that climb over 2 inches. Most are going to stay well under, and likely the metro right on the northern edge of this, and that's kind of the sharp cutoff to who sees accumulation or not. So we're going to keep a very close eye on where this band winds up. Should be clearing out by Saturday afternoon, so the main impacts will be felt through the morning. High temperatures will stay quite chilly for the next several days. By Friday, it's a high of only 30, 27 on Saturday, and a high of 30 for Sunday. We'll gradually warm up next week. We really start to feel improvements around Tuesday to Wednesday as we warm back into the mid-30s and eventually low 40s. By Thursday of next week for our Stuff the Truck event, we're back into the mid-40s. Can stay on top of the forecast. Fall into the 20s on Saturday. This is also our next first alert weather day with the potential for light snow in the morning. This is going to be our coldest day on the 10-day forecast, and we're starting off Sunday incredibly cold with temperatures near the single digits. So it's going to be quite the chill over the next several days, and temperatures kind of bottom out over the weekend. Now, as far as our snow potential is concerned, we're tracking that for Saturday morning. That's why we've made it a first alert weather day. For the metro, this is likely not a huge impact, but perhaps just enough that we see some slick conditions early in the morning. Less than an inch of snow possible for the metro. And in general, in this band here shaded in white, we see under 2. The best odds for over 2 inches of snow, that's going to keep down to the south, so closer to Lincoln, York, Rockport, Falls City Saturday morning. We'll take a closer look at the track of this system and when some warmer air moves back into the forecast. That's coming up. John?
Emily, we're